My journey of nursing school began in 2012 when I entered my freshman year at Worcester State. I will always cherish the good and bad memories of this journey. Growing up, I always looked up to and admired my mom, and everyone always said I was just like her, so no one was surprised when I followed her path into nursing. I went into nursing school with an open mind. Everyone told me it was going to be really difficult and stressful, but I brushed it off thinking they were exaggerating. But I was definitely wrong. The first milestone of this journey was the first time we got to put on our scrubs and go to the lab. I never thought that I would be so stressed about making a bed or giving a bed bath, but the redems were only the beginning of the late nights and stressful tears. I had both my sophomore year clinicals at Fairlawn, and then in a blink of an eye, it was junior year. Junior year was definitely one of the peaks of stress, but somehow we made it out alive. We went through the different specialties thinking it could definitely not get any harder than that, but of course it did. So I had to learn to balance studying, work, and attempting to have a social life. Luckily, I made close friends with other nursing students who I could stress eat and panic about test grades with. Then, somehow, it was senior year, and the preceptorship stress began. During the summer, we had created our resumes and cover letters and specified our preferences of sites and specialties. In the fall, we wrote clinical narratives about how we had incorporated evidence-based practice into our clinical experiences, and we were also able to do mock interviews to prepare us. Finally, our information was sent to the different sites, and the waiting game began. Right before the holidays, we received notice to check our emails because we would be hearing soon. I finally was informed with my placement, and I could not have been happier. I was placed at Boston Children's Hospital, where I would love to work as an RN in the future. Come January, we were all back at school, and everyone started to begin their preceptorships and their clinicals, but I still hadn't been assigned to a unit or a nurse, so naturally I started to panic. But it all ended up working out. I found out I was assigned to the radiology units at Children's with some incredible nurses. I was mainly in the PACU with Linda, but some days I was in MRI with Allison and interventional radiology with Hillary. I learned so much from my preceptors. I admitted patients into the PACU when they were recovering from anesthesia during MRIs, CT, and PET scans. I also recovered patients from IR procedures. These recoveries were all very critical because of the different reactions anesthesia and IR procedures can have, like bleeding and respiratory difficulties. ABCs were key, and the telemonitor became my best friend. I was able to gain many critical skills I can take with me throughout my nursing career. I also learned so much from not only the staff I was with, but the patients as well. I was able to build positive relationships with many of the kids and their families, and it was so rewarding to see the improvements that these kids made during the time that I saw them. This preceptorship ensured my hopes to become a pediatric nurse. With the help of my nurses, I gained confidence, and I'm so thankful for the support and challenges they gave me. The different skills we learned in labs, clinicals, and class were all very useful during this preceptorship, and I was able to apply and expand upon them. It seemed that all my schooling and work as an aide finally came together, and everything began to click. I couldn't have made it through this journey without the support from my family and friends. They all pushed me through the challenges when I thought it was impossible. At the end of all this, I realized everything happens for a reason, and no matter what, every experience will help form the nurse you will become. So my best advice is to take advantage of every opportunity you may get and turn it into a positive, and always keep an open mind and try not to stress too much. Good luck.